There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a list of the greatest that everybody's going to agree on. Greatest player of all time, Gretzky, Howe, Crosby, and people are going, Crosby, he doesn't even, yeah, no. So I did the video where, all right, top 10 of the decade, and what I did was, I said, all right, I need to come up with a way that has nothing to do with opinion. Where I'm going, this is not opinion, this is when you go season by season who has been excellent. And Corey Perry's name being in the top 10 broke the internet, it would seem. So let's discuss Corey Perry's career, because it's quite possible that people have a recency bias with this in the negative. And I get it, so let's talk about it. Now, he's drafted 28th overall in 2003 because every good star in the late 2000s, early 2010s, basically the 2003 draft. It's a pretty solid draft. 2005, 2006, he makes his debut, plays 56 games, 13 goals, 12 assists, 25 points. And he and Getzlaf are seen as being pretty darn big parts of this team. And then they added Bobby Ryan as well, and the idea was, wow, these are going to be, like, this is the team that's going to end up winning a bunch of Stanley Cups. So 2006, 2007, the Ducks, who had added Chris Pronger to go with Scott Niedermayer, that helps. They get 82 games out of Corey Perry, 17 goals, 27 assists, 44 points. They end up winning the Stanley Cup that year, and Corey Perry chips in some goals along the way, plays really well. Corey Perry in the playoffs has generally been pretty good. 2007-2008, he plays in an all-star game, just on his own because he's that good. 70 games played, 29 goals, 25 assists, 54 points. So his goals are coming up, and it's perceived that he is going to be a star player. And he really already kind of is, as you see with the all-star game. And July 1st of 2008, before the 08-09 season, he signs a 5-year, $26.25 million extension. 2008-2009, plays 78 games, 32 goals, 40 assists, 72 points. During the dead puck era, a star is born. So 2009-2010, still playing for the Ducks because he played for the Ducks every year until now. You'll notice it says Mighty Ducks in 05-06 because he straddles the line. That's the reason I'm wearing this third, which has the Mighty Ducks logo on it. 82 games played, 27 goals, 49 assists, 76 points. Almost a point a game. And he is a legit star, and he and Getzlaf, along with Solani and some of the other veterans, pretty formidable team in Anaheim that only won that one cup in 2007, and it's still remarkable to look at some of the great seasons they had, and they weren't able to make it come together. 2009-2010, 82 games, 27 goals, 49 assists, 76 points. So in 2010-2011, it's that big breakout. All-star game, yes. 11 game-winning goals, 11. That's first in the league that year. 82 games played, 50 goals, which is first, 48 assists, 98 points, which is third overall in the NHL. First team All-Star, Hart Trophy, and Rocket Richard Trophy. Huge year for Corey Perry. And everybody everywhere is saying, this is it. He's the big superstar. He's the guy. Now, 2011-2012, he has a bit of a setback year. 80 games played, 37 goals, which is still good for sixth in the NHL. So yes, he drops by 13 goals. He's still top 10 in goals in the NHL. 23 assists and 60 points. 2012-2013, you miss part of a season because lockout. So 44 games out of 48 he plays that year. 15 goals, 21 assists, 36 points. And again, while the Ducks as a franchise are kind of struggling when it comes to getting over that hump in the playoffs, it's not really Perry's fault. Now, 2013-2014 ends up being a big season after March 18th, 2013. He signs an 8-year, $69 million extension. And this is where things kind of turn against him after signing this extension. This is why when you hear, oh, this guy's going to get big money, and he's a veteran player, even in his late 20s, I have some reservations because a guy like Corey Perry, everything's going his way, and yet watch what happens. 81 games played, 43 goals, which was second overall in the NHL that year. 39 assists, 82 points. He's a first-team All-Star, and he was fifth overall in the NHL in scoring. So again, he's fifth in scoring here, third in scoring here. He is a star player. 2014-2015, he only plays 67 games. He misses 15, but with 33 goals, he's still 10th on the overall list. Could have scored 50 if he'd played 82 games. Would have been tricky, would have had to score really well. But at the very least, we can say he should have scored 40 that year he would have been not just 10th in scoring, but much higher in scoring with the goals. 55 points in those 67 games. And in the playoffs, 10 goals, 8 assists, 18 points in 16 games. Again, big key playoff performer in 2015 for the Ducks. And after that playoff, there's some talk about, all right, so he's healthy, he should be good next year. 2015-2016, he plays in the All-Star game. 82 games played overall. 34 goals, which is 9th in the National Hockey League. 28 assists, I should say, to go with the 34 goals. 62 points overall. Not a fantastic year by his standard, but not a bad year. Then there's that divergence. And we go down the track we've been on for the last few years. So 2016-2017 plays 82 games, 19 goals, 34 assists, 53 points. Low numbers by his standards. Only the 19 goals after 30, a lot of 30-goal seasons, and this one with 29. So a guy who's counted on for at least 30 goals a season, a guy who plays with a lot of sandpaper, a guy who is an emotional leader of this team. Once his goal scoring goes by the wayside, you start noticing the penalties a little bit more. 2016-2017 leads to 2017-2018 when he only plays 71 games, misses 11 with injury. 17 goals, 32 assists, 49 points. And he plays 4 games in the playoffs. He doesn't get any points. Ends up with some penalty minutes. Ends up being a minus in almost every game. And it's really notable for just the undisciplined penalties he's taking. So at this stage, that contract looks like a nightmare. A contract that when he signed it in 2013, everybody went, this is great. By the time the 2018 season's ended, everybody is saying, this contract sucks. 2018-2019, he only plays 31 games due to injury. 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points. The offense is gone. The Anaheim Ducks, seeing that this offense is gone, they buy him out. June 19th of this year, he is bought out. So that penalty goes on to the Ducks. And once you've been bought out in the National Hockey League, there's kind of this mark you end up with at that stage. Where it's like, oh, he got bought out. He had that big, rich contract. Look at Vinny LeCavalier. He gets bought out. Didn't he get bought out twice? And that's what happens, right? So he signs with the Stars July 1st of this year. He missed games with injury along the way. He's played 31 games so far, 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 points. As somebody who's watched Stars games, is his offense gone? For the most part, yes. But again, when you look at the entire body of his work, he was excellent in here. And that's coming from somebody that I hated the Ducks so much. I couldn't stand Corey Perry. I really, really couldn't stand him. I thought he was just a nightmare on skates. I couldn't stand him. In his career now, he's played 1,019 games, as I'm recording this on Christmas evening. And I don't mean the eve, I mean Christmas evening on the 25th. 375 goals, 414 assists, 789 points. So he is within striking distance of 800 points in his career. In the playoffs, he's played 118 games, 36 goals, 53 assists, 89 points. I don't think Corey Perry ends up being a Hall of Famer, though he has a cup ring, he has a Hart Trophy, a Rocket Richard, 2 first-team All-Stars, and he's been in 4 All-Star games. So, excellent career. What happens is we kind of get blinded by this. We get blinded by how he did kind of fall off that cliff. And it part of the reason I made the list as I did was because it means that if a guy falls off the cliff, he'll fall down in his overall standing. Corey Perry, up until this stage, was one of the absolute best players in the league. There's a reason he wins the Hart. He's one of the best players in the league. He was the MVP of the Ducks. Getzlaf, captain, fantastic guy. Everybody loves Getzlaf. Agreed on that. And it took me a while to get there, but I agree on the whole, everybody loves Ryan Getzlaf. What a great guy he is. Perry, far less lovable. But between the two, at their prime, Perry, the better player, which is why Perry's overall contract paid him more than Getzlaf's. There were a couple of times where when the Ducks were struggling with this, I would make the remark that Getzlaf would look at Perry and say, hey, you're making more money than I am. Why aren't you out there doing something? But again, that's the most recent history. So he is a divisive figure. And as somebody who really couldn't stand a lot of the stuff that was going on with him, or even in his best times, I'm like, Corey Perry, he scored again. Anybody but Perry. When you look at his goals per game, right up until that season, it was really high. Comparatively speaking with other players in the league, it was really high between 2010-2011 and 2015-2016, right here. It starts to drop after that. So, yeah, I just figured this might be a good time to take a look at Corey Perry, because it's Christmas. Why not? Why not look at Corey Perry on Christmas? And there's a lot of people who are going to say, why in the world would we talk about Corey Perry on Christmas? Yeah. If you told me this morning I was going to be doing a Corey Perry video, I would have completely agreed with you and said, I'm not talking about Corey Perry. And here we are. So there you go. Happy holidays to everybody who may be watching this. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing right through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. And I did enjoy the live stream that we had tonight. We'll definitely do that again soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. It means a ton. I will talk to you again soon.